Lockwood, and I'm here with my good friend Marcy McKenna.
Hello.
She's the founder of the Women Inventors Club, which I am a part of.
Yes, you are.
And she's a big supporter of female inventors getting their product out there, actually taking that leap of not just having an idea on the drawing board, but trying to bring it to life. She's super encouraging and kind. She has her own travel product line that's sold on HSN. Okay, hard to do. You have to have an amazing product to do that. Okay, and she's here to share with us about how we can help other women inventors, how we can help each other, the importance of doing lives, Amazon Live. She's great at that also, and she has Invent Her Live, which is a show where we get to talk about our experiences as a woman entrepreneur. So hi.
Exactly.
Marcy.
Good job.
Thank you.
Hi.
Lots of information. Nailed it.
It's a lot. Yes.
Okay. Tell us about how you got your start as an inventor.
Well, I actually got my start as an inventor kind of like you did. I was on an invention reality show, and that was about a little over 10 years ago. And it was a show that Kelly Ripa did in conjunction with HSN, where she searched the country for female inventors, and the winner would have her product manufactured, marketed, and sold on HSN. So I was the winner of that, and that kind of opened the home shopping door. But it was just the one product. But in my mind, I had a whole brand. I think at that time there was like 12 or 13 products that kind of fit the same mold as that. And so I got the bug quickly.
Right? It's exciting. It's like you're problem solving. Your brain is trying to work out. You think about issues or problems that you have and how you can create a solution to that. That's what I did with Lion Latch. I needed a place to store my rings. So I made this little container. To store my rings in on the go. And you started with one product and then you turned it into a brand. Okay. How long did that take you?
Well, now 10 years later, I've commercialized about 40 products, and that's been mostly home shopping is kind of my baby.
Yes.
But I've done big box retail and general Amazon e-commerce, a little bit of everything. But I do have the bug for live shopping, and I know HSN and QVC was sort of the traditional form of that. And so now it's so exciting to see what's happening in the modern age of it. And I'm just loving that, and I'm kind of trying to spread the word with inventors because I do think it's such a phenomenal way to build brand recognition, build product awareness, research the market, talk to your customers, find out what they like about your product, what they don't like. I mean, like you even said with yours, that it was your audience that said they wanted the sports ball.
Yes, they wanted sports balls. And so I was like, what sport? And they told me what sports they played. So I had feedback immediately on what the top sports were, where I should start.
So smart to really capitalize on that opportunity.
Thank you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you started, you had one product. What was the product?
The product was called the Style and Go Hair Care Valet.
Okay.
And it was a wall-mounted cabinet that solved the problem of the cluttered bathroom countertops and all the cords. So it had a built-in power source that let you actually use your hair appliances at the same place that you store them. And when you shut the door, all the power goes off and everything's organized and the cords are all put away. And it's just...
And we don't have to worry about, did I turn my straightener off?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, it's so smart because I do. My habit is I unplug it from the wall after I'm done using it.
Yep.
Because it's a good habit. It can't be turned on still if you unplug it.
Right.
But I still have that panic when I get in the car. I'm like, oh, and then I remember, I have a good habit. That cabinet would have saved me a lot of stress though.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you had one product idea. Mm-hmm. How did you bring that one product to life? Did it start with a drawing?
Well, it's actually an interesting story that kind of went viral in the Daily Mail in the UK. And
oh my goodness.
It went viral, and it was not true, the part that went viral, but in a way it was true. So I'll say my very first prototype, I had my 7-year-old son build out of Legos, just because I was trying to feed that entrepreneurial spirit. And I said, Jack, this is what I want to do. I sketched it, and I said, I feel like you could build this with your Legos. And he just went to work, and he did an amazing job.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
I can't remember who got wind of that, but I had a reporter call me and say, we want to do a story on your son building your prototype out of Legos. And so it goes viral in the UK, and the hate posts that I got, because they all said I took my son's idea and I made millions on my son's idea and gave him nothing.
Oh
And
my
it's-
gosh.
Yeah, that's what
But did
that's
it
what we
still,
deal with.
Did you still profit off of that though? Did you gain sales? It
We
was just
yes,
a prototype.
yeah. Oh,
That's
off
cool.
of that. Oh, I guess I probably did
Yeah.
in a roundabout way.
But
yeah.
it's kind of like that. We keep saying in the entrepreneurial world, bad press is still good press. Like
It's
any
press
press
is press.
is good press.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is a hard thing. Is the trolls come out and they don't have the whole story. People are so quick to leave a negative comment, they won't even watch the whole video to see the rest of how your product works sometimes.
I know that happened to you a lot,
I
right?
do. That's what I experience on TikTok. People won't finish my video to understand that this carabiner ring is what locks it shut, so it can't come undone. Or they're like, well, what if I lose that container? Well, they don't watch the rest of the video to see it attaches to something bigger, like your inside of your bag or your keys, your water bottle. So that's it. People don't want to listen to the whole story when it's actually very important.
Right. No, it's much
it's
more fun
helpful,
to hate on people, I guess. I
So,
don't know.
right, what happened after your prototype?
So then
Lego
I
prototype.
it was actually great because it let me functionally go, okay, this is how big the curling iron is, this is how big this, so I could adjust it because the Legos could come off and we could make it a little bigger. And so we did a little bit of that. And then, I was bootstrapping for sure when I came out with this. And I went to the local college and I thought it's time to go do the next level. And so I found a woodworking shop at the college and went in and say, is anybody open to helping me create a prototype for this idea?
So smart.
And so that's what we did. And then it was that prototype that I ended up taking with me to film the Homemade Millionaire Kelly Ripa.
That is
show.
so amazing. And it was a college woodworking shop?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. This is what a lot of people forget is that you can go to colleges, reach out to professors, reach out to their students. You can get interns. You get feedback. You can present to them for feedback or practice pitching to them sometimes, or even make you a prototype. This is incredible.
Yeah. Well,
So
and they're
good.
so excited to be a part of it. This is what they're studying and to be able to use
professional.
it practically and actually put their skills that they're learning to work. So it's a win-win. It's a great way to help somebody else and then at the same time help you get your product built.
So when you pitched to Kelly Ripa, okay, how long did you have to pitch?
It was 2 minutes. I remember it vividly.
Okay.
Yeah. And gosh, does that go so fast?
How important is a good pitch? Like what goes in a good pitch?
It's interesting because we're doing pitch panels today, right? And so we're being pitched to a lot and really using every second, thinking it through from the beginning, to the end and using it wisely and really, in my opinion, starting with that problem solution is very important. I think as inventors, sometimes we love our story so much and how we came up with it and why we came up with it and how our great grandmother did this and that. And when you have 2 minutes, something's got to go. And so getting to the point of what your product does and then what's in it for the person that's listening to you. That's the biggest thing, is what's in it for them. And if you can kind of shape it in that way, generally you're off to a really good start.
You're the third person I talked to today that says, what's in it for the person you're pitching it to.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay, good.
Because
yes.
you're thinking about, or most of them think about, like, how am I going to make money? But they forget to tell people what they're going to benefit from it or how it's going to solve their problem.
Yes.
And a lot of these pitches we see, people start telling us the backstory, and I just want to know what the product is first.
Yep.
So I understand everything else,
And
right?
if there's time for that, great.
Exactly.
The other thing I would say is, as inventors, because we're coming up with it, many times we end up selling on the features as opposed to the benefits. And meaning, awesome. If you're selling a lawnmower, you're talking about the horsepower of the engine. Who cares?
Right.
What you really want to know is, how good is my lawn going to look when I use this particular lawnmower?
So, like, what's the end result is more like?
And again, it goes back to what's in it for them. Like, you got to get to the core of what they really want so that you can speak to that. And so ultimately, when someone buys a lawnmower, Warren Tuttle and I, the former president of the United Ventures Association, did this together with the lawnmower where we use that as the example. And he said, yeah, you want to talk about how it's that really tight cut of the lawn that it gets you. And I said, well, actually, I'm going to go further and say, I think it's the curb appeal that it gives your house and how great your house looks.
That's right.
Like, you can always go deeper. And so think that through of what that benefit really is at its core, and then speak to that. and you'll do well.
That's definitely a bigger picture. Like, that's great advice. And a lot of people just forget about this. They get nervous in front of us. They forget that we're just normal people that they're pitching their product to. And they're only pitching to us for advice with the United Inventors Association, and that they still get nervous. So I do think practicing your pitch is very helpful. Set up your iPad, your phone, film yourself. What do you do with your hands? I'm a hand talker. And right?
I have to like sit on that.
I know, right? I'm a hand talker, and I'm on Shark Tank. I'm using my hands like crazy. I guess I'm a little animated.
Yes.
But I mean, I'm relaxed because I've done this pitch so many times that I'm not worried about messing up. Like, I've got this down. I got the confidence too. So
I want to compliment you because one thing you do really well in your pitch is, and I think it's real important for everybody to think about, is really getting to the pain point. Like, you could just talk about, this is a place to put your rings when you're doing athletics, but you do a great job of giving the examples of, your example of how when your ring actually got damaged.
Yes.
And can you imagine if your wedding ring were to get lost so getting down to that pain point as opposed to just what it does, why do I need it, and how is it going to solve that major
fear is a big seller. Like, I didn't know that until I started this. And then people are like, I have had the fear of losing my ring.
Oh,
like, or I have lost my ring and had to search for it for days. Right? But it's something you don't forget. It's jewelry's sentimental. And that's one of the reasons I made the Lion Latch, is because I worked hard 7 years for this engagement ring. I loved it. I didn't want to take it off, but I was so naive. I did not know that the ball was going to break it.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Diamonds are supposed to be invincible.
Exactly, right? But unfortunately, platinum is not. And I learned that lesson the hard way.
Yes.
And I just want to save people the heartache of that, because it really is a terrible feeling. And you don't forget it, especially if you lose it forever. That's even worse. So I can help people a little. That's awesome. And your cabinet helps everyone.
It saves marriages, because I would get in so much trouble with my cords going across the countertops. And
Right. And it's funny because when I clean our countertops in the bathroom, I clean all my husband's stuff first. And then I'm like,
that's very nice of you.
It looks a lot nicer now that at least his 3 things are put away. I might need to invest in one of your cabinets, Marcy. But you've grown it into a big brand. We've got 40 products. Okay.
Yeah.
And now what are you doing?
Well, the brand, we're actually introducing 20 new products in Q4 on HSN. So I'm really excited because we're kind of growing the brand in a meaningful way there. So that's exciting. But really my passion right now, I have to say, and she was a guest on one of my first shows, but I'm hosting a show called Inventor Live, which you mentioned.
Yes.
But it's so fun for me to sit down like we are and talk to female inventors and hear the story. Shark Tank is so amazing. I love it. I'm a junkie. But I feel like we're missing the before.
Yes.
We're missing the point A to point. You guys have already created it. You've made it. You're selling it. You need funding.
And it's cut and pasted. With you, it's live. When I interview with you, it's live.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's been super fun. And so I'm hoping just to grow that audience. And it's on market.live every Thursday at 4 o'clock West Coast, 7 o'clock East Coast.
Do we have to sign up for anything, or can we just show up?
You can just show up.
Okay,
just go to market.live.
Thank you so much, Marcy McKenna.
Thank you for having me. That was so fun.
Hi, I'm Lerin Lockwood. I'm the inventor of the Lion Latch. I invented it to store small jewelry on the go, but it can hold any tiny valuables you have that you don't want to lose in your purse or your pocket. And the reason the Lion Latch is unique, it's not a screw top lid. It comes with this carabiner ring that you actually have to remove first in order to be able to pull the lid off. So now your rings, your earrings, your tiny valuables, your vitamins, supplements, anything you don't want to lose in your purse or pocket can go inside. You're going to latch the carabiner on, and now you can attach it to your keys or something larger like your purse or your water bottle, so you know where your tiny valuables always are.